Hello everyone, so the long awaited tutorial is here. In this tutorial I'll be showing you guys how I cut this blouse. I really wanted it to be the cutting for back and front, but my phone memory is so full that I can't join all together, so I'm posting it in three parts. So this is the first part where I'll be showing you guys how I draft and cut the front. Then second part will be the back, and then the third part will be the sewing. That's why I haven't been able to post this since, because I've been trying to clear space and then save, but it wasn't working. So that's why I decided to just try this one. Hopefully it's going to work. So let's get to it. Hi guys, my name is Fatima A. Yusuf, and on this platform I share sewing tutorials. Don't forget to subscribe, and if this is something you'd like to learn, let's get to it. So I have a tutorial on Princess Bustier. I'll drop the link in the description box, and also for the skirt. Now this is my piece for the front piece. I've folded it. As you can see, I'll draw my border line, and the width, the wideness that I have here after folding is my hip divided by 4 plus additional 5 inches or 6 inches, but mine is 5 inches I have here. After marking your borderline, impute your shoulder divided by 2, mark your armhole length, mark your shoulder slope, your neck width, please, because I deleted this part that I just explained now. But if you go to watch the Princess That Bustier tutorial, you're going to understand. So this is it. After marking all I told you, then I will go down. I'll mark 10 for my bust, 13 for my under bust, 16 for my half length, 24 for my full length for the top. Yeah, and the line before the 10 inches is my armhole line. To get the armhole line, just divide your bust measurement by 6 and then you add 1 or 1.5 inches. Then in the armhole line, I went in by 0.5 inch and I formed my armhole curve. On the armhole line, I imputed my bust divided by 4. So that's what I used to form the armhole curve. Then I'll just go ahead and then extend all the rest of the horizontal lines. So firstly, we have our border line. Second, your armhole line, then your bust line, your under bust line, your half length line, then your full length for the top. I use 24 inches for the full length of my top, right? Good. So now the last line I'm going to be having on this top is the extension I'll be adding. You know my full length is 24 inches. So now I'm going to go down by 5 inches. This is the extension I use. You can use 4, 5, 6, depends on how long you want the flap to be. The the flat part, the flap part of the top. So I added 5 to 24 inches, right? So those are all the lines. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 horizontal lines. So let's get marking. On my bust line, I'm going to impute my nipple to nipple divided by 2 is 4 inches. I'll add 0.5 to it, that's 4.5. While on the other lines, I'm going to be marking 4. That's on my under bust, I'm going to mark 4, right? On my half length, I'm going to mark 4 inches. On my full top length, I'll also mark 4. And then on my extension line, I would also mark what? 4. I'm going to join all the lines together. And then from bust to under bust, you have a slant line because you know 0.5 inch. Then the rest you would have a straight line, right? Yeah. So now I'll go to my armhole curve, that curve, and I'm going to measure what I have and divide it by 2. So that's why you need to create the armhole curve first. When you watch the tutorial on process Bustier, you understand better. So I'll divide it by 2 and then I'm going to measure the half of it on the curve again, right? So that's it there, marking. So now on my, I'll take a slant line to meet it, to meet the half of the armhole curve. Then up of it, I'm going to mark 0.75 inch, down of it 0.75 inch, so in total 1.5 inches. Here I'm going to go up by 1 inch. Up of my bust line, I'll go up by 1 inch. Downward of it, I'm going to go down by 1 inch again. Yeah. So I'm going to take the 0.75 to meet at that 1 inch here for both sides. Then now on my underbust, my waist, my full top length, my extension, I'm going to mark 2 inches all through, and I'm going to join them with a straight line. Are we good? I think we are. So I'll just join them with a straight line like this. So now that 1 inch that is down, I'm going to make it to meet the 2 inches on the bust using a curve like this. You are now seeing the bust, the princess bust, right? You're ready from your bust part. So now we are almost done. Now the down part of that my armhole curve, that's 0.75, right? I'm going to add 1.5 inch to it because if you measure what we have is 1.5. So I'm going to mark it and then take it slanty, take it to mid. I'll just take it up, extend the line by 0. Extend the line by 1.5 inch. Sorry. So that's it. So that will form our new armhole curve. Now on my armhole line, I'll add that 1.5 inches. Then I'll use that to form the new armhole curve for this bustier. So that's it. I'll just form the new armhole curve. Then now on that same armhole line, I'm going to impute my allowance. So I'll use 3 inches. You can use 2 inches, but I just wanted having enough allowance by the time I'm done. You can use 2, but I use 3 inches. What I have on my armhole line, I'll take it down to my bust line, right? Then now on my under bust, I'll divide my under bust by 4. Anything it gives me, I'm going to mark it. Then these 2 inches that I mark, because we are going to cut off that part off, so you have to replace it. So I'll mark the 2 inches and I added 3 more inches allowance. On my waist, you can use same thing as your under bust if you want, but I decided to use my waist measurement. So same thing, I added 2 inches, then I added 3 inches. On my full top length, 24 is my hip. So I divided my hip by 4, added 2, and then added 4 inches so that the top can have this fine looking shape. If you want, you can use more than 4 so that it can pop out well for you. So what I have on my hip, I took it to my extension line and then I'll just join the points together. And while joining, I make sure that the angle formed at the waistline is curvy. Then I'll just take it straight down from the hip to the extension line like this, curvy a little bit. And we are almost done with this part. So now where I'm crossing is where we are cutting off. That's the dart you're removing when you're making a princess bust here. So now for the neckline, please, you can just use your normal round neckline. You mustn't follow mine or use any type of neckline. I'll just say to try something new. So I already marked 4.5 inches for my neck width. Then I went down 3 inches, but at the end, I think I used 5 inches. For this, I feel like you need your wide neckline. You need it to be wide and you need it to be deep. So in case you want to follow my neckline, use 4.5 inches, right, for the width. And then for the depth, you can use 5 so that your scallop can come out very deep, or 6 inches. So me, I just did my thing. So I use freehand for the curve, as you can see. So now up of my top length, I'm going to go up by 2 around this part of that 2 inches. I'll go up by 2 and then I'll be using this to form the scallop for one of the sides. So now if you measure here, I went down by 6 inches below my waistline. So that's what I'm trying to show you. Now, just for me curve, to be on a safer side, measure what you have in from there to the end of the blouse, and then mark the middle. Then you just form your 2 scallops, and you can form more than 2 based on your choice. But I didn't do that here. It was when I was editing this I thought about that. It would be easier. I just use my freehand to form my scallop curve that didn't come out nice. But you can do that, and it depends on how deep you want it to be. You can go up by 3 inches so that it can be more curvy. You understand? So I've done that. This one is going to come out straight, yeah? So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to mark that my top length line. But firstly, I just cut out the neckline and then the shoulder slope. After that, I'll go to my top length line. I'm going to mark it at the other side, the back side, and you can just notch. So I flip it here, I marked it, and I also notched it after marking. So you can just notch it or you mark it, anyone that works best for you. So after doing that, right, I'm going to open up the piece, yeah, so we can draft the other side, because the other side has this asymmetric cut while the other side has scallop cut. So we are done with the scallop side. Now I'm just going to take a ruler to meet the edge, to meet where I notch from that other side of the 2 inches. So here like this, I'll just draw a slant line, then this is it. So you can as well just cut it the way it is right now, right? But me, I decided to go the confusing way. So please, you can just carefully cut that slant line off and you're good to go. So now I'll just go ahead and then cut my piece. So firstly, I cut the sides, right? After cutting the sides, then I'm going to cut the armhole, then go through the. Okay, I'll stop here at the armhole first. Then I'm going to turn it over so we can cut the scallop, right? So you see, for the scallop, I'm going to lift it up like this. But should in case I've already cut that slant line, um you don't need to lift it up. So I was just careful at this point. So I followed my scallop curve, and then I took it up. Yeah. So after doing that, the next thing is to cut the straight line. So I'll just lift it up, and then I'm going to cut like this. So we are done with this part, right? So now I'm going to cut the um slanty part, the asymmetric part. So I'm going to just flip it over, but I was like doubting. So I'm going to, and we are removing here, but before I remove the place that I started, I'm going to just turn it over. Like I said, you can just cut that slant line that we mark at first. You get? You don't have to, after, if you have cut the slant line that I marked at first, then you cut the scallop, then you just cut off your middle dots that you want to remove. So now this is the back. I flip it and then I just cut. So when you want to cut the slant line, you will have done that while it was open. You get? So I'll just cut all through. So now we'll just leave this up. Then I'm cutting everything. You don't even need to lift anything up. Just cut through around this part. So like I said, you can firstly cut that slant line to make it easy for you, or the asymmetric line. Then you just follow the rest of the cutting. And here I'm done cutting. I'll just cut off the ones that are necessary. So for the neckline, after this I went down by 0.5 inch, but at the end I used 5 inch. So please do your own neckline, or if you want to try out mine, follow what I told you guys. We have come to the end of part 1. I'll see you guys in part 2, where we are going to draft the back. I'll drop the link of part 2 under the description box, make it easier for you to get. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, drop a comment for any question, and I'll see you guys in part 2. So I'm going to be dropping 3 links for you under this video: the skirt, Princess Bustier, and then the back part for this. Thank you for watching once again. See you guys in another tutorial.